That phone call you just ignored? The one from a local number you didn't recognize? You probably think that by not answering, you did the right thing, that you protected yourself. But what you don't know is that even letting it ring can be a mistake. Just by letting it go to your voicemail, you may have told a sophisticated computer system that your phone number is active, that it belongs to a real person. And in doing so, you've unintentionally put your name on a list that gets sold to professional scammers all over the world. Your caution might actually be making you a bigger target. Here's where it gets truly concerning. That brief 2-second pause you hear after you say hello to an unknown number isn't a bad connection. It's a machine, an auto dialer, verifying it has reached a live human being. In that silence, your number is being marked as a live lead. I call this moment Izor the silent switch. It's the instant a machine decides you are worth targeting. But what the scammers don't want you to know is that your phone has its own switch, a hidden setting that can stop them from ever knocking on your door again. And by the end of this conversation, you'll know exactly how to flip it. The system you're up against is staggering in its scale. It starts with something called an auto dialer, a computer that can place thousands of calls every minute for almost no cost. These systems use a technique called caller ID spoofing to disguise their origin, making the call appear to come from your local area code or even from a number that looks like a neighbor's. It feels familiar and safe, which is exactly the point. The first call is rarely the real scam. It's just a ping, a test to see if anyone is home. And the moment you answer, you've told them the door is unlocked. See, once you answer that first call, you've confirmed you're a potential target. Your number is now flagged as active and is packaged into lists sold on the dark web. These lists are incredibly valuable to other scammers who are planning more sophisticated attacks. So while you're annoyed by one robocall, a whole network of criminals has just been notified that you answer your phone. This is why blocking individual numbers feels like a losing game of whack-a-mole. For everyone you block, 100 more are waiting. You can't win by playing their game. You have to change the rules entirely. And here's the thing. This entire system is built to exploit your good nature. Scammers know that you come from a generation that was raised to be polite, to answer the phone because it might be someone who needs help. They know you're more likely to have important appointments with doctors, pharmacies, and family that you can't afford to miss. They bombard you with fake calls, creating something called threat fatigue. The constant ringing wears you down, so when a real, sophisticated scammer finally gets through, your defenses are already low. They aren't just attacking your wallet, they're attacking your peace of mind. This isn't just a nuisance. It is an industrial-scale operation designed to steal. In 2024 alone, Americans were hit with over 50 billion robocalls. It's a weapon of mass disruption. Let me tell you about Barbara. She's a 72-year-old retired teacher from Ohio, a sharp, careful woman by any measure. A few months ago, she was anxiously waiting for a call from her cardiologist's office to confirm a critical appointment. For 3 straight days, her phone rang off the hook with robocalls, fake Medicare offers, bogus car warranties, and those eerie silent calls. She became so stressed and exhausted by the constant interruptions that she started ignoring every call from a number she didn't know, terrified she would miss the one that actually mattered. The system was working exactly as intended. On the 4th day, a call came through that was spoofed to look like a local number. Her guard was completely down. It wasn't her doctor. It was a scammer claiming to be from her utility company, threatening to shut off her power within the hour because of a supposedly overdue bill. Flustered, anxious that she had missed the real call she was waiting for, and her judgment clouded by days of digital harassment, Barbara complied. Her normal caution had been worn away by the sheer volume of calls. The scammer had created the perfect storm inside her own home. They directed her to pay the fake bill immediately to avoid the shutoff. The method they demanded was the classic red flag she would have normally spotted: buy $500 worth of Target gift cards and read the numbers over the phone. But in her state of exhaustion and anxiety, it didn't register until it was too late. Barbara lost her money not because she was foolish, but because she was a good person who had been systematically overwhelmed. The scammers didn't outsmart her. They wore her down. Her story could be anyone's. It could be yours. And this is happening everywhere. According to the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, also known as IC3, fraud targeting older adults results in billions of dollars in losses every year, and phone scams are one of the most common ways criminals get in. This isn't a small-time problem. These are sophisticated, international criminal organizations. They are organized, well-funded, and they treat this like a full-time job. They are constantly evolving, finding new ways to get past the defenses we put up. The scale is almost hard to comprehend, but the impact on a single life, like Barbara's, is devastatingly real. The technology is also getting smarter. You may have heard of a system called Stir Shaken. It's a protocol that phone carriers use to verify that a caller's number is real and not being illegally spoofed. It's a great step, but scammers are already adapting. They know that even if some of their calls get flagged, they can still overwhelm you with sheer volume. Their business model relies on the certainty that some of their calls will slip through the cracks and that your politeness and sense of duty will do the rest of the work for them. They're betting on you being a good person. So if blocking numbers one by one doesn't work, and the scammers are always one step ahead, what's left? Do you just unplug the phone and give up? Absolutely not. The answer isn't to play a better defense in their game. The answer is to prevent the game from starting in the first place. You have a tool on your phone right now that can do exactly that. It's powerful, it's free, and it takes less than 10 seconds to activate. It's time you learned how to use it. The single most important thing you can do is activate the feature I call the silent switch. This is the one-time fix that stops the problem at its source. Here's why it works so well. It's not a block list, it's a gatekeeper. When you turn it on, your phone uses a simple rule. If a call comes from a number that isn't saved in your contacts, a number you haven't recently called, or a number that hasn't been verified by the carrier, your phone won't even ring. The call goes silently to your voicemail without ever disturbing you. Think about what the scammer needs to succeed. They need to ambush you with a live call. They need to create a sense of urgency, to get you flustered and knock you off balance before you have time to think. The silent switch denies them their entire strategy. By sending unknown calls directly to voicemail, you move the interaction from their terms to your terms. You can listen to the message later when you are calm and prepared. If it's a real person with a real issue, a doctor's office, a delivery person, they will leave a message. A robocalling computer will not. So let's do it together right now. Step 1 is finding the setting. On an iPhone, go to Settings, then Phone, and look for Silence Unknown Callers. Turn it on. That's it. On an Android phone, open your phone app, tap the 3 dots for Settings, and look for Caller ID and Spam Protection, or a similar name. Different models can have slightly different labels, but the function is the same. Find the setting to filter or block spam calls and make sure it's enabled. It takes 5 seconds to take back your peace and quiet. Now for the rest of the protocol. Step 3 is to trust your voicemail. It is now your first line of defense. Legitimate callers will leave a message, and you can call them back on your own time. Step 4 is to take 10 minutes and make sure all of your critical numbers are saved as contacts in your phone. Your doctors, your pharmacy, your bank, and all your family and friends. This ensures their calls will always ring no matter what. You are creating a safe list of people who can reach you, putting up a wall against everyone else. I know what you might be thinking. Isn't it rude to send people to voicemail? That feeling is exactly what the scammers are counting on. They have weaponized your politeness. But protecting yourself isn't rude. It's smart. A real person with a legitimate reason to contact you will understand. A criminal trying to steal from you doesn't deserve your courtesy. From now on, your new rule is simple. If it's important, they'll leave a message. Let that be your shield. It's okay to protect your peace. It's necessary. But what if you already answered one of these calls? What if you're worried you might have already given out information or even been scammed? First, and this is the most important part, take a deep breath and let go of any shame or embarrassment. These are professional manipulators. Their entire job is to be convincing. Being targeted is not a reflection of your intelligence. In fact, it means the scammer chose you because you are exactly the kind of good, trustworthy person these systems are designed to exploit. You did nothing wrong. If you believe you've been compromised, here are the concrete steps to take in the next 24 hours. 1. If you gave out any financial information, call your bank and credit card companies immediately. Tell them what happened and consider freezing your accounts or cards. 2. Place a free fraud alert on your credit report. You only need to contact one of the 3 main bureaus, Equifax, Experian, or TransUnion, and they will notify the others. This makes it harder for anyone to open new accounts in your name. 3. Report the incident. The best place to do this is the Federal Trade Commission's website, reportfraudftc.gov. It's a simple online form. Every report you file gives law enforcement crucial data to track and shut down these criminal networks. You are not just cleaning up a mess, you are actively helping to protect other people from becoming victims. By taking these steps, you are moving from a position of defense to one of offense. You are reclaiming your control. You now have a shield that most people don't even know exists. But think for a moment. Who in your life is still fighting their phone every single day? Maybe it's a parent, a grandparent, or a neighbor who lives alone. Picture them right now, hearing their phone ring with another one of those spoofed local numbers. Picture them feeling that same spike of anxiety and frustration that Barbara felt, wondering if this is finally the important call they've been waiting for. They are still exposed to this risk because no one has sat down and shown them how to stop it. This is where you come in. Please, take a moment and share this with them. You're not just sending a video, you are handing them a tool that can restore their sense of safety and give them back their peace of mind. In a world that feels increasingly noisy and dangerous, giving someone the gift of silence is a powerful act of love. It's one of the most direct ways you can protect the people you care about from harm. A quiet phone is a protected phone.